Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the Flow Show, no filter. Another manic Monday. Diddy trial. Opening statements start today. We got some news on victim number 3 and some other victims. A lot to go over today, but we're going to do it real quick because I ain't about to regurgitate all the same information everybody's saying. So we're going to talk about what we need to talk about and get ready for the day. But first, let me cover my ass. No Diddy. The thoughts, views, and opinions shared at the Flow Show No Filter are for educational and entertainment purposes only. I am not a professional. I am just good. I don't know what's going on with this phone. So, y'all, we about to get started. But first, let me get my Facebook people loaded up. I don't know what they done changed with the system. Normally, I could get Facebook people loaded up straight from my phone, but these apps just be changing shit. And 1 minute you can do something, and the next minute you can't, and then they don't give you no explanation. But I take time and make sure everybody can join us because we are a family. And if we gotta wait a couple seconds to get everybody in, that's what we do here. I don't care if you're in a rush, then go on about your business. I make sure everybody is on deck and ready to get this information. I ain't rushed. Y'all know me by now. I don't rush for nobody. Matter of fact, anybody in a rush, you know what I tell them? Go ahead and kick rocks with flip flops with no socks. Facebook is officially loaded up now. Got my Facebook family in here so we could get started. What they say, nobody left behind. Not on the Flow Show, no filter. We don't give a damn who in no rush. If you in a rush, get the hell on. We having fun. But anyway, hope everybody enjoyed their weekend. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. If you follow me on my social medias, I sent messages to everybody via my post. I made a nice little flyer from the Flow Show No Filter. A lot of beautiful moms celebrated. So let's get started. A lot to get into real quick. Not a lot of time to do it. So, y'all, we gonna get straight into it. Today is opening statements, y'all. The trial of the century is starting. It is upon us. It's been a long journey, but it is here. We're about to hear witnesses say shit we didn't know was about to happen. And oh my God, I'm so excited. We've been waiting forever. Got the breakfast crew in the building. Angie, what's up? Not Dreamer, what's up? C Tuck, Kobe, everybody else. And everybody else, we about to get started. But first of all, remember how we've been talking about who victim number 3 is, the missing victim who is a big part of this trial. And they had gone missing. Well, they're still missing as far as the court. And if you remember, I was one of the first people to identify it as being Gina Han, and that was months ago, at least a month ago. It was after the superseding indictment came out. I think we talked about it, which was like April 4th, which would have been like a little over a month ago. But then we had a couple of episodes where I said she was missing and blah, blah, blah. Well, the judge, thank you for that super sticker, Not Dreamer. Everybody be like Not Dreamer and give me some lunch money today because this is going to be a good one. Anyway, Not Dreamer got me putting her in the story. Not Dreamer ain't got nothing to do with this. Anyway, y'all, the judge has all but said victim number 3 is Gina. That happened, I believe, Friday evening. What happened was the judge and the defense are going back and forth about should victim number 3 be involved in this and whatever. And so in the judge's response, the judge said that this alleged victim is someone who has made public statements or public interviews. And we know that the victims are Diddy's like ex-girlfriends, because even the defense has told us that by saying that this is just consensual sex between boyfriend and girlfriend. Well, putting those pieces together, the judge is like pretty much, and the whole world knows now that victim number 3 is Gina Han. I'm gonna give you some more clips of her, what she said, because this is what you're gonna probably hear on the witness stand, because I don't care how much she's trying to be missing, she is alive because she posted. We're gonna get into that. And the feds don't play around. In order for her to be a victim and be involved in this case, at some point she gave sworn testimony. I'm pretty sure of that. And they will come get your ass. The feds is not the ones to play with. So I'm gonna play some of the stuff that she said, some of the stuff that you hadn't played before. But the thing is this: she had been quiet since April 17th on her social medias. Gina Han is also, we're gonna get into Al B. Shore too, just to let you know. And I'm gonna kind of recap everything that's going on, so you'll be ready for today as opening arguments start. Anyway, before I get into Al B. Shore, because he's about to testify that Diddy tried to kill him. So I got to get to that later. Thank you, Suri, for that super sticker, $20. I really appreciate it. So she had been quiet since April 17th. She's an influencer, so she posts regular. And if you know, I called out that, hey, she hasn't said nothing. Where's victim number 3? Blah, 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 blah. Well, everybody had went to her page and started saying, hey, do the right thing. Hey, we believed you. You need to testify. Don't back out now. Like all type of stuff. Like the whole public knows who victim number 3 is. She hadn't responded to anything. But one thing she slipped up and responded to. Someone called her the Timu Cassie. And it was actually a model who models for Dolce & Gabbana. She just put Timu Cassie in the comments. And that triggered her because she talked about it in an interview, but Diddy would always compare her to Cassie and say, Cassie the good one, she's the bad one. So he would manipulate her and use Cassie as the one he really liked, and then giving her like, you need to be more like Cassie. So that was, if you know the Gina story, when that Dolce & Gabbana model went in the comments and called her the Timu Cassie, which is why I have that in the thumbnail, it triggered her. And then she said, well, Gina finally came out of hiding and said, well, you look like a man. Well, naturally, all my Flo supporters, fans, and followers went immediately to me and said, hey, Flo, she just commented. That's why I love y'all. Because we are all a bunch of group of true crimes investigators, and y'all help me with my job so much. I don't ever mind the DMs or the messages. You can flood me with them because this is what I do 24/7. Don't ever feel like you bothering me, especially when it's about any cases that we're covering. So people came to my comments immediately flooding me and said, hey, Libby Bear, thank you for the 99-cent super sticker. I really appreciate it. So people were flooding me. So I immediately went to the comments, and lo and behold, the girl called her Timu Cassie and she responded. But I think she didn't want that response to go viral because shortly after that, it was deleted. But then after it was deleted, y'all, she started posting on her story regular Mother's Day stuff. All this is after the judge has pretty much outed her as being victim number 3. So now it is going to be interesting, because if she is victim number 3, like pretty much the judge, she's the only one with public statements. She's the only, let me rephrase that. She's the only ex-girlfriend or girlfriend of Diddy that has public statements about the abuse that she's alleging. But now that she has come out of hiding, this is going to get interesting, because I don't know if she knows it, but the feds are not going to fuck around with you. They will come put your ass in the back of that car and make your ass come, or possibly put charges on you for lying or perjury or whatever. I don't know, but what I do know is this ain't a traffic violation. This ain't loitering. This is the trial of the century that deals with very, very serious allegations. And if you think the Fed's gonna let you just bounce around the city and not come fess up and hold yourself accountable to the words you have said, then Gina, I just want to let you know this is very serious and you need to handle it very serious before you get yourself and the people around you in a lot of trouble. So Gina has come out of hiding. You can go to, her name is Gina Han. You can go to Instagram and see for yourself. But now that she's exposed herself, and y'all know that the judge and the prosecutors have said they haven't been able to get in contact with Gina or her lawyer. But now that Gina had exposed herself with that because of that Temu comment, she erased that, and then she said, I guess she said, well, let me just post some regular Mother's Day story stuff. So she posted that, but now we know she's fine. We know she's not harmed or whatever, but we do know she is still walking around without a care in the world right now as far as coming to this court case, if it's her. But like I said, it's pretty much 99.9% at this point. Everybody, even on YouTube and bloggers, the public, everybody pretty much knows. So victim number 3, the drama is not, yes, and like Nadrima said, I believe she's been threatened and scared. But once she's involved, once she became involved and gave sworn testimony, you got to be a big girl at that point. Maybe if I was her, I would ask for witness protection or something, if I could, because now you're involved. And we shall see, but there is going to be a lot of drama with this victim number 3. We see it already, and just look out for it. Now, also, more drama was going to be Al B. Shore. But before we get to that, let me play you some of victim number 3, allegedly, who we believe and everybody on the whole internet believes is victim number 3. We'll get into it a little bit before we even go to Al B. Shore. This is going to be crazy, y'all. So let me get lined up. Where were we at? What time? You know, I got my notes, 8:06. So let's start. I'm going to start this interview around 8:06. Let you hear this. And then just to get an idea of what we may hear coming up.
So serious that you became pregnant. Not once, but twice, correct?
Yes.
Okay. When was the first time you became pregnant with Diddy's child?
The first time was October 2014.
Okay. So this was like, what, a year after?
No, not a year, but because I met him in February and then I got pregnant in October.
Oh, so the same year.
The same year.
Okay. And you mind telling me what happened with that pregnancy?
I told him, and he was like, you're gonna get an abortion, right? And then I was like, I don't know. I don't know yet. And then he offered me $50,000 to get rid of it, but I turned it down because I just loved him, and I just and I was like trying to prove that I wasn't the girl that
was
wanted him for money.
Okay.
I just care about him, and I just wanted him to be nice to me. That's it. I was like, I don't want your money. I just want you to be nice to me,
whether you decide to keep the baby or not.
Mm-hmm.
So would it be fair to say that he was an asshole about it? I mean, offering somebody $50,000 to abort a baby, whew, he must really want it gone bad.
I mean, in the beginning, like the first 3.5.
So if you remember, there's rumors that he Diddy made his victims or coerced them into getting abortions and this and that. She spoke about that on this interview with Tasha K, which is the public statements or public interview that we believe the judge is talking about. Then she goes on to talk about more of the abuse.
In his mind, what do you think prompted him to call you a hoe?
Now that I think about it, I think.
Oh, okay. Hold on. We're getting to use some tissue. Oh, I don't want you messing up your makeup. Okay, you look gorgeous. Okay.
Thinking back now, I think he did it because he wanted me to feel low about myself, like, so that I stick around him, because like no one would I don't know, I just feel like he'd try to use. I was naive and young when I met him, so I feel like he tried to take advantage of that and manipulate me.
Mm-hmm.
It made me feel low about myself.
Mm-hmm. Now let's talk about the physical abuse. If you're okay, are you okay with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So obviously you terminated baby one because you loved him.
Mm-hmm.
How long after you guys started dating is when did the physical abuse start?
The first time it ever happened, which was not even like that long into the relationship, because I met him in February, and then it was probably like the beginning of May, because we were at Meek's Mill's birthday.
Okay.
He had like a mansion party, and we went, but while we were there, I was sitting here, and then Puff, and then Meek, but I was like covered with like a stand.
Now listen to this, y'all.
Probably says like "Happy Birthday, Meek" or something like that, but it's like a little stand that like was covering me.
Okay.
Because there was like.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a little context. I'm gonna let it play some more. She was sitting at some type of an event with Meek Mill. Y'all know the rapper Meek Mill and Puff. She was sitting like in between them. She was kind of covered. And watch what happened after that.
A lot of cameras and stuff there. So it was like me, Puff, and Meek. Puff had like leaned forward to like talk to somebody, say hi or whatever. And so I turned over to Meek and I said, "Happy birthday." He put his hand out and he was like, "Thank you." So I reached his hand and shook it. And as I shook Meek's hand, he turned around and saw it, and he got so mad.
Wow.
And then we probably like stayed like 20 minutes after that happened. And then when we got in the car, he like grabbed my hair. We were in the one of those Escalade trucks.
Okay.
So I was sitting on this side, he was on the other side, and he like grabbed my hair and like cussed me out for doing that. He was like, "Why the fuck can I cuss?"
Yeah.
He was like, "Why the fuck you shaking his hand for?" Like just saying
so
stuff
it
like
was
that. I
just
was
like
like
a jealous rage.
Yeah, I was like, I was just saying happy birthday, nothing else. I think he thought I was trying to be sneaky behind his back, because I like reached over when he like leaned forward to talk to somebody else. So he thought I was trying to be sneaky.
And you were how old at this time?
I was 22 probably.
Wow. Okay.
And then he did this. So King Los was sitting in the back.
Okay.
And then when we got to the hotel,
it got worse.
It got even worse. And he took one of my heels and tried to throw it at me, and then he like mushed my face and like really hard. And
now he took heels and was throwing heels at her. Does that not sound exactly like the Cassie incident? We saw him throw a vase at her and throw things. So I'm gonna let this play some more. I'm just keep giving you the context to show the parallel between Cassie and this girl Gina, and Diddy would use Cassie against her to make her feel less than, while still doing the same exact physical and mental abuse that he used allegedly on his victims. So she talked about him mushing her face, and I'm gonna continue to let Gina tell it. She can tell it much better than me.
Made my nose bleed.
Oh, let me start that over because
at me, and then he like mushed my face and like really hard and made my nose bleed.
Wow.
And the only person that every time me and he like we get into like fights like that, the only person that ever helped me was D-Rock. Everyone else just kind of just allowed it to happen and just like looked the other way.
So most of his entourage were, I guess,
Like
enablers.
his staff,
Yeah.
or yeah,
And they wouldn't say anything. They would just watch him.
no,
Just-
not watch it, but kind of just walk away and just leave us alone and not really step into.
So that was the detail. She went on and on. There's a part 2, and I'm gonna play one clip from that, but you get the idea. Now imagine this is the type of shit we gonna hear on the witness stand. She's basically on the witness stand right there. Only difference is she's not sworn, and she's not in court. She's on a podcast. But this is the testimony and the type of things we're gonna hear. I got some more coming up for you. This is going to be damning when the jury hears it. But another thing, Gina, I want you to note that Gina was the first public girlfriend, first girlfriend or girl in general to come out and speak and tell these stories about Diddy, to the point that most of us, a lot of people didn't believe it. This was like 2000, I don't know the exact year, but this was at least 3 years or a few years even before Cassie even came out. If you remember, Diddy was an industry darling at that point. So the media was controlled by legacy mainstream media. So it really wasn't about, like the local blogs and YouTubers and guys like me. We weren't given a big a big reach back then. Like we weren't reaching millions of people like we are now. So they were able to kind of keep this hush hush. And like I said, on top of that, many people didn't even believe her. Many people thought that she was just making up stuff for money. At this time, we didn't know about all this wild stuff. Like at that time, I knew Diddy intimidated a lot of guys, and I knew he was very controlling about his women. But even I didn't know he was to this level at this time. So Gina was the first person to step up and tell the world what was going on, and nobody really would listen. So it's just fitting that now now that the world is ready to hear her, she is being, I don't know if she's being silenced by Diddy or silenced just by herself. Now, one last clip I want to play from you from her. It's going to detail a little bit more of what went on with this with this abuse. Like I said, imagine this is the witness stand, because this is what you're going to hear.
Well, you said it was like at Meek's party and he grabbed your hair and stuff like that. Like, can you name a few more instances?
The other time was he had caught me texting another man. It was in Miami, and it got really crazy that time. We was upstairs, and he had like, we were in his closet, and he like pushed me, and I fell to the ground, and then he like stood over me. So I was like laying on my back, and he stood over me, and he started like punching me like this. Like he avoided my face, but he like started punching me like on the side of my head, and I was just like covering my face. And he did that, and then after he got done doing that, he like, because he was standing, his legs were like in between me, so he like stomped on my stomach like really hard, and I like took the wind out of my breath. I couldn't breathe, and he kept hitting me, and I was like pleading to him, like, can you stop? I can't breathe. And he like stopped for a little bit. He like grabbed my hair from the back and like was like punch in the back of my head because he was just avoiding my face when he was like hitting me.
Wow.
She has some more to say, but I'm just want to touch on the fact that the way she's even telling this story, y'all, it's like Diddy was a professional domestic violence abuser based on her story. That's not me saying it because it's all alleged. But what I'm basing it off of what she's saying. And by her saying that he hit her in the back of the head and the side of the head and things of that nature, it's like he knows and was aware enough to say, I can't hit her in the face. That's going to get me in trouble, but I can blast her in the back of the head and the side of the head all day, almost as if he had advice from a lawyer. And if you listen to my past episodes, Mark Garagos has allegedly worked in cahoots with Diddy to do some very dark stuff and stuff that's not right. Having FBI follow people, harassing people, stalking people, driving them crazy. So these are the type of things I listen to that a lot of people don't pick up on when they listen to these interviews. Like nobody literally has even picked up on the point of her saying how he strategically beat her in a way that would keep him from public shame or police or for people knowing what's going on. Nobody has mentioned that. I've heard people talk about this, but nobody has mentioned that. And I just want to mention it because there's a reason, if this is true, there's a reason he only would hit her in the back of the head or the side of the head. He was strategically beating these women. It's almost like he was doing it so long, he knew how to get away with it. Hit him in the back of the head, plus he has enough money to pay off people and this and that. And next thing you know, this becomes a pattern. And the next thing you know is your ass sitting in the MDC prison and $50 million can't even get your ass out because people are tired of it. And the feds is on his ass, no Diddy. So I'm going to let her continue to talk.
The next big fight we got into was, I can't remember if it was like in November or beginning of December of last year. At that point, I was like fighting back because I just had enough of his shit, and he kept like pushing my buttons, and I was just like trying to like calm the situation down before it got worse, and he just kept pushing me, and then so I left his bedroom and I went down to like the meditation room. It's kind of like a guest house, like it's like separate from his house, and he followed me there. And he like continued talking shit to me, and I just got to the point where I was just so angry that I like took a bottle of De Leon and then I like smashed it on the ground, and he was like, you bitch, you did that at my house with my kids here. Bitch, my kids is here. And then I ran out the meditation room, or
meditation room.
Meditation room.
Okay.
And he chased after me. He pushed me to the ground outside, and he took my hair and like was dragging me across like the grass with my hair.
No, I'm gonna let her finish, but this is what I mean by, first of all, when she came out with this, I'm trying to hammer the point home that this was not sexy when she came out with this. And when I say it wasn't sexy, meaning we didn't have the platforms like this, that this one you're listening to or watching. We didn't really have much of a voice then. Diddy was bigger, one of the biggest celebrities. He had every connection you could have. To come out with what she came out with at this time, I really want y'all to understand, she had to be strong and had to really have had enough. This is at the time when people were still scared that if you said something about Puff, he would kill your ass. This was the time when everybody in the industry, Oprah, everybody loved Diddy. So understand, she ain't making this shit up. If you ask me, you can't make this up. The way she told it, the time when she told it, and she didn't even have much to gain. It wasn't like a huge lawsuit. She was just getting her story out because she had enough. I'm gonna let her continue, and then we're gonna go. We gotta tackle something else.
And then after that, like a couple hours later, like it was the weekend, so we had people coming over, and he just like acted like nothing happened. So I mean, but that's all the time. Like every time.
And when you say acting like nothing happened, like what were his mannerisms?
Like he was just dancing and like laughing and talking to me like we just didn't just get into a physical fight.
When was the last time he put hands on you? When was the last time?
It was like in November, December of last year.
Of 2018.
Yeah.
So this
was
is
the last time.
2019.
And tell me about that incident. That
was the meditation room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop there for her. Gina, damn Gina. We need you to find the strength. If you are victim number 3, find the strength and pray on it. And I know one thing about it. We know what we always say. It's so easy for us to say what somebody should do when it's not us. I don't know. We don't know if she's been threatened. We don't know if her family has been threatened. We don't know. So all I can say is, Gina, the best way to handle it is, if you feel that way, tell the feds, hey, I ain't saying nothing unless y'all protect me, witness protection, maybe keep me anonymous. I don't know. But I don't want to, push her just to testify, just like it's with no type of sensitivity, because it's always easy for the person who's not dealing with the consequences to tell you what the hell you should do. And y'all know I say that all the time, and everybody has to be mindful of that. It's easy for us to say, go testify, and just like it's nothing, because our family isn't threatened or our lives aren't in danger. So I definitely hope she does the right thing and makes it happen. If any advice I would say is, if it's that scary or whatever, just make sure you tell the feds, hey, I need witness protection. I need all kind of protection. I can't do this shit. And make sure that they protect you. Because one thing about this system too, if you allow them, they will use your ass and don't give you no protection. And they'll use you for their benefit for their case and just leave your ass out to dry. I don't stand for that either. So if she is victim number 3, I do understand that safety is an issue, and whatever she has to do to communicate to the feds, I hope she does. But anyway, I wanted to touch on the last thing she said. I just got into a rant. You know how I rant here and there. This is what a lot of women, and see, I get a lot of insight, not just from Google or Chat GPT or none of that. A lot of my insight comes from my listeners, who a lot of them are women, and my viewers. And they send me messages and they tell me, things they know about domestic violence and narcissism and guys that they've dealt with. And what she said at the end was that after that, of him bashing her in the head and all that, she said after that they had people coming over, and she said he was just right after that smiling and laughing and dancing like nothing happened. And a lot of the women have messaged me and told me that narcissists are good at being hot and cold, meaning they beat the hell out your ass one second and the next second they're the best They did Prince Charming or The Life of the Party or whatever. And this is before I've really dove into her interview. So the fact that I listen to my listeners helps me a lot in what I do, because I'll listen to, I might have heard that from about 20 different women have told me that, just because they share their stories with me in my inbox, and I get a chance to listen to them and I'll learn. And so then I take their stories and then I apply them to when I hear stuff like this. And I'm like, damn, this is what she was talking about. She said that when she was in a domestic violence incident, this is how the guy acted. One minute he was beating the hell out of her, the next minute he was Prince Charming. And here Gina saying the exact same thing. I just think that's interesting to note. And somebody in my comments said something about Kim Porter, how Diddy flew. Kim Porter, let me give you some context. I'm about to go to another victim, but this victim is not here. Alleged victim is not here anymore. This is Kim Porter. Kim Porter, if you don't know, is the mother of Diddy's. They have children together. And the twin girls, a lot of people know, they're beautiful girls, look just like Kim. I think they're like 18 now or 19. I know they just had graduated not too long ago, high school. So Kim Porter went through similar situations. Now, one thing I've heard from my sources is Kim Porter fought back a lot more. Like, Kim Porter was not timid, but Diddy still did the same type of things, even broke her nose. And thank you, Libby Bear. Make sure everybody liking the live. Please like the live, close it real quick and like it and share it, please, to get it out to more people. We need this story out there. But anyway, Diddy had money to fly her out, to get her nose fixed. And he did everything he could to hide the abuse that she went through. It's been told before. As a matter of fact, Mark Curry, somebody I'm about to tell you about in a second. Mark Curry is a rapper that was on Bad Boy, one of Diddy's main rappers back in the day. He's told the story, and we went over it, I think, last Thursday or Friday, about when Diddy broke Kim's nose. Well, anyway, Kim also had a child with Al B. Sure. Al B. Sure child and Kim's child is Quincy, who a lot of people think Diddy is his real father, but Diddy just took over the whole situation and kind of X'd out Al B. Sure. Al B. Sure was a singer back in the day who actually knew Kim before Diddy. Now, why am I telling you all of this? Okay, well, Al B. Sure almost died the same way Kim did. Kim, as you know, went out with a mysterious pneumonia, and it was alleged that she was about to come out with a tell-all book on Diddy. And like I said, from my sources, Kim was not scared of Diddy at all. As a matter of fact, there were times Diddy was scared of her only because she would protect herself. And it's just very ironic that before she comes out with this tell-all book, she's dead. And then Al B. Sure, who Diddy had problems with, almost suffered the same fate. He was in a coma forever. He had to get a liver transplant. He was one step away from they were going to send him to hospice. And we all know what the fuck hospice is about. Unfortunately, we all old enough to know we've either had grandparents or parents or family members. Once you go to hospice, you already know it's over with. And so Al B. Sure, for the first time, has spoke out publicly that he believes Diddy tried to kill him. And he is set to testify in this trial. Not only does Al B. Sure feel that Diddy tried to kill him, but Al B. Sure believes that he has intel and proof or evidence that Diddy killed Kim. These are not my words. These are Al B. Sure's words. And I'm going to play a couple clips from Al B. Sure just to give y'all context. Like I said, today is opening arguments. y'all know me. I'm not gonna regurgitate the same old info that's we've been already heard. Today, I'm giving y'all context on what to expect, on possible witnesses. And when I say possible witnesses, I mean like 99.9999 with the repeating sign over the 999% chance that these people are going to be on the stand. As a matter of fact, Al B. Shore has already said he's going to be on the stand. So it's not speculation. These are his words. So let's get into this. Oh man, I'm running out of time. So let me get into this real quick. Al B. Shore said to testify. We're running out of time. I feel bad, but the YouTube we'll be going a little longer. But the podcast we getting close to time. So Al B. Shore says he's the last man breathing who knows the truth about Diddy. This comes from TMZ, and has no issue using his last oxygen to sink Diddy. The R&B singer appeared on Fox 5 New York earlier today to promote his forthcoming memoir, where he raises questions about his late ex Kim Porter's death. Al claims Kim used to warn him to watch his back around Diddy and disputed the coroner's ruling that a healthy 47-year-old woman could suddenly die from pneumonia. Al also revealed Diddy's prosecutors have subpoenaed him to testify at the federal sex trafficking trial, and he and his attorney are willing to accept the invitation. Y'all, this is, oh my God, this is the biggest, craziest case of our lifetime. This makes the OJ trial look like a speeding ticket trial. Anyway, he goes on to claim that Diddy placed a bounty on his head and orchestrated a massive PR campaign to have him look bad that led to his 2022 health scare. Al B. Shore was on his deathbed. Al B. Shore was lucky enough somebody donated a liver to him. He said he fell into a coma with liver failure, but underwent a successful transplant. And says he firmly believes Diddy has something to do with his failed organs. The moment of reckoning for Al comes when he declares, "I'm the only one alive." A suggestion that Diddy tried to have him whacked, but it was unsuccessful. Not everyone shares those Diddy fears, however. Quincy Brown, Quincy, the one that Diddy took over, but that's actually Al B. Shore and Kim's child. His biological son shared that he boldly stands behind Diddy. Now, it's worth noting that Kim's kids said back in September that it was an incredible loss and they're not buying it, but we shall see. Al B. Shore is standing 10 toes about not only that Diddy has something to do with his death or almost killing him, and then also something to do with Kim. And we all know that the coroner, I'll probably get into it more detail if I have time this week. I'm sure this is going to come up in the trial. I'll probably wait till it comes up in the trial to give you more backstory. You know what I do? I give you all the backstory of what the hell going on. But the coroner in the Kim Porter death has pretty much been proven to be shady, to be a shady motherfucker. The best way I can explain it. So I'll get into that at another time, but just know that there has been speculation and allegations behind this coroner possibly working for Diddy. This is the same coroner I think was involved in Michael Jackson's situation. Don't quote me on it. I'm pretty sure, but I'm gonna give you the backstory. Let me do some more research on it to refresh myself, because I covered this a long time ago. So I got to refresh my memory. Anyway, Mark Curry is going to be a guest of the Flow Show No Filter, our very first guest. Mark Curry is a rapper that knows everything. Now, as far as people around Diddy, Mark Curry, just like Gina, Mark Curry was one of the first whistleblowers. He did it at a time when Diddy was on top of the world and nobody was trying to hear him. He told all of these stories and he knows more. Me and Mark Curry talked extensively over the weekend, lining up our interview. He has a new book coming out, but y'all, all access to this interview will be granted to the Diddy VIP people. I just made, because I'm doing a lot of above and beyond stuff for this Diddy trial. And so I let you know that if you want to be getting that exclusive coverage, I'm talking about, I'm going to stream when I'm going to Atlanta to do the interview with Mark Curry. And when I do it, I'm going to stream it live. I mean, I'm going to put out the actual interview, but to the Diddy $23 subscribers, I'm going to stream live all the like extra stuff that's going on. But Mark Curry, let me tell y'all, Mark Curry has already told me shit that is not and never been said before. And y'all know I pretty much know everything about this fucking case, even before the case even came. Mark Curry has told me some shit about Diddy that has never been said before, and my jaw dropped to the floor. Ain't say it now, but it will be in the interview when we actually sit down and do the interview. But all I'm saying is, y'all gonna hear some stuff. And this work when we put out what he's told me, I'm telling you right now, we're gonna break the internet. I'm telling you right now, we're gonna break the internet. I could not believe it, but it made all the sense in the world. So I'm gonna put the link in the chat for anybody that wants to subscribe. It's about so many names, I can't list them right now, but we'll definitely all you have to do is subscribe on the Buzzsprout link, which I'm about to put in the chat. Do $23 subscription and just say Diddy trial, and I'm gonna put you in the list. I'll put you on the list to be one of the VIP Diddy all access. And the difference is with this, it's gonna be like you're gonna get all the live coverage of all this extra stuff I'm gonna be doing. Now, all of the stuff will be under regular subscriber. It just won't be immediately available. But the people who are on the list will get like up to the minute. I'm gonna be sharing this whole journey with y'all, and I'm gonna be live to make sure I'm protected. Shit, I want to be live because hey, look, anything happen, I'm gonna be live. I'm gonna be like all my people who protected me and paid $23 to help me have security, to help me be comfortable on this journey. I'm gonna be going live so y'all can keep eyes on me. I'm gonna be like, hey, look, anything happen to me, I got thousands of people watching. So I'm gonna be live. And I don't care what, no, I ain't gonna be around. Anybody that don't want me to be live, I'm not gonna be around because I don't trust you. So my $23 VIP subscribers, I just put the link in the chat. Like I said, just subscribe, go to the Buzzsprout link and put a $23 subscription and just put Diddy trial. And I'm compiling a list of all the people who will be in my little secret lives, keeping their eyes on me to make sure don't nothing happen to me for one, and getting everything as it happens. This Mark Curry, and me and Mark Curry, as a matter of fact, we had a chance to really talk. And we got a lot in common. We both are stand-up guys. We both are God-fearing men, and we both want to be fair. Like we said, whatever Diddy, I just want to be held accountable for whatever he's guilty of. I'm not the judge or the jury. So whatever they decide, I'm good with. Same thing Mark Curry said, but we are both willing to tell our stories, and I'm willing to amplify Mark Curry's stories. But like I said, y'all know I don't bullshit and I don't add extras. I don't gaslight. It takes some crazy information to tell me, to make me say, what the fuck? And Mark Curry told me what he told me over the weekend. I was like, what the fuck? So make sure you subscribe. We will be here now. My YouTube people, we're gonna keep it going, so don't worry. But my Apple, Spotify, audio, my time is up. And the only reason I'm cutting it short, y'all, is this SD card and my interface is out of memory, and I can't go too much longer today anyway. I'll be back loaded up tomorrow, but y'all know I keep it real with y'all. I don't make up shit. I just tell you exactly what it is. My memory card I couldn't get a new one till today. And that's all the time I have left. So Apple and Spotify, much love to y'all. I will get to all the subscribers and everything tomorrow. The Diddy subscribers and the regular subscribers, y'all all count. Y'all all matter. I'm gonna make sure everybody has their exclusive. Even if you can't afford and you only do a $3, $4, $5, $6 subscription, you will have exclusive content as well. I'm gonna take care of all y'all. Y'all know I always look out for y'all. Love y'all. But ain't nothing else to say. Opening arguments today. Check me out on the social media, Flow Daddy Flow, if you want to get some breaking news later on today about witnesses or whatever. Other than that, see you tomorrow. Ain't nothing else to say. Bye. As always, I love y'all, but I'm out. Made it just in time. So, everybody out there on YouTube, we still going, man. We still got a lot to talk about. Love you too. Everybody's loving the show. I appreciate y'all for loving the show, but we're going to talk about more Diddy stuff, so don't go nowhere yet. We still got to get into a couple articles. I didn't have time. Like I told y'all, my memory was, I only had about an hour memory for my podcast today. I'm waiting on my SD card to come, but I got more stuff that I didn't get into, more clips to tell you about Al B. Shore and Gina. So hang tight with me as I get Apple and Spotify loaded up, because we ain't done yet. I have too much stuff to go over. But this is, so Al B. Shore, y'all. If y'all can hear me, put ones in the chat. If you can hear me, put ones in the chat. That way I know y'all can hear me and I can continue talking, because we got some more to say about this Al B. Shore. I actually got some clips of him telling his own story. I got clips of him telling his own story, and I want you to hear it out of his mouth, not just my mouth. But can you imagine we have somebody who's actually about to get on the stand and basically admit for the first time that Diddy tried to kill him and Kim Porter, or possibly responsible for Kim Porter's death. All right, thank you. I'm glad y'all can hear me. Let me get Apple loaded up. Apple and Spotify loaded up. Give me a second. And we're going to continue, man. Like I said, I wasn't able to get to everything, but we will finish it right here on the show, as we do all the time. Let's go. Let's go. So, Al B. Shore was 100% fine. Only thing he was trying to do at the time was lose weight. He was actually working on new music. And out of nowhere, he ends up on his deathbed. Coma for months. All his organs were failing. Thank you, Chris G. I appreciate that. All his organs were failing. And like I said, by the grace of God, he was able to get a liver transplant. And that saved his life. And so the fact that he is going to be willing to testify for the first time, he hadn't even publicly said that he believed Diddy had anything to do with his situation. Even though everybody in the public, we all was like, man, Diddy had something to do with that. We thought that from the very beginning. He never said nothing. The first time Al B. Shore publicly has said it out his own mouth was just this past week. Al B. Shore is the last person that Diddy wants talking to the feds and getting on that stand. By the time this trial is over, I don't know if life is going to be enough for Diddy. And I'm just talking purely from the evidence. Just from the evidence. The fact that Cassie going to get on the stand. Al B. Shore going to get on the stand. And I'm pretty sure they're going to locate Gina, victim number 3, and make sure she's protected enough to feel comfortable to get on the stand. That's just 3 people that I know of. There are more. Remember, there's victim number 2. There's victim number 4. There's actually a victim number 5. And countless witnesses. When I say cooked, when I say Diddy is cooked, I'm talking about deep fried, crock potted, waffle maker. You know how you can go to the hotels or certain places and make your own waffle? He waffle maker. Twice baked. Marinated. Any way you could cook something, Diddy is cooked. And again, I'm just speaking from the evidence. And the reason I say that is people get the assumption that because I give y'all all the facts on both sides. But because I give you my honest opinion, people think that take that as I'm rooting for Diddy to be found guilty, even if he's not. I don't root for anybody to do anything. Like I always say, I'm not a judge. I'm not a jury. I don't even want their job. My job is a podcaster, and that's what I'm doing. It's the judge and jury. I have to put my faith in the system. Whatever they decided, they looking at it more evidence than I could ever see. So don't put nobody else's job on me. That ain't my job. My job is to give y'all all the evidence I have. And then just because we are transparent with each other, I give y'all my honest opinions. But I'm not the jury or the judge, and nor do I try to be or want to be. I want to do my job. I'm so focused on trying to be the best podcaster, the best content creator I am. I don't have time to give a damn about doing their job. Let them do their job. I just give you my honest opinion because I'm a straightforward person. I'm not going to be on here talking about this and that and not letting y'all know what I think. Now that I got that out the way, these opening statements, this comes from the Mirror. As we get in here, they laying out, Diddy will be transported from his cell to the courthouse every day to sit in front of these jurors. It will be a packed gallery. Your boy will be in the building on the for the VIP Diddy trial, people. You will see me. I will be on site in the courthouse. I'm flying out there maybe the end of this month or the first week of June. You know, my son turning 18 and he graduates. He graduates June 2nd. So I got to work around all of that. But I will be flying my ass out to New York to get this coverage for my Diddy VIP people who helping me get there. I appreciate y'all. The trial is not going to be televised, of course. And it's going to be a crazy one. Diddy's defense are going to be trying to say he is just a swinger with a healthy appetite for freaky sex. Meanwhile, the prosecution team is going to drive home the point that he was a sex trafficker who used coercion, manipulation, intimidation, even arson, and ran a criminal enterprise, otherwise known as RICO type shit. Trial of the century. And yes, Sylvia, I will definitely be safe. And let me let y'all know, this is not my first rodeo. If y'all know my story, I was a signed artist from the time of 2004. I was with Floyd Mayweather. We did things with Interscope, and we had our own independent wave. but I was a signed artist from 2004 to like 2008. And I ran around and I was in a lot of dangerous situations, and I was in the public eye at that time. So I'm not green as far as how to move around safely. I will definitely be safe, but understand I'm not a rookie at none of this. I've been moving around probably before y'all even knew me. I've been moving around and avoiding danger and protecting myself since I was 20. I've been in the industry. I'm an industry baby. So I just want y'all to know that, like, I ain't just some podcaster who just popped up and blew up and don't know nothing about this life. I know how to move. I will move carefully. God is protecting me. I'm only doing what God called me to do. God gave me this platform. And so I don't move with any kind of fear at all. I don't have any kind of fear. Y'all got my back. I appreciate everybody saying stay safe. I really do. But I definitely want y'all to also know, not only have I been doing this and I've been moving around in dangerous situations, and I know how to move. I know how to be strategic. I know where to be. But I also have one of the biggest families in the world that is in every city, and my family don't play about me. So if anything was to happen to me, this whole fucking United States will be torn to pieces. So, and most of the people who know me enough, they know that about my family. And so I don't really think, I never say never, but I don't think nobody would even, they're not going to try me, because you ain't going to be able to walk. It's going to be problems. So I'm very protected. I got a good family, and I got listeners and viewers like y'all that got my back. So we are going to walk with no fear, and I'm going to do my damn job. But yes, we will be safe, but I will definitely be on site. I'll probably be there like maybe a couple days. And if I feel comfortable enough, I might even go back a couple times. My source is there, Dennis. He's been there covering it already on site. He's waiting on me. Chris G said I meant to do this. Chris said I meant to do this. Jersey Bull said your job. Yeah, your job, just like you have a job, sir. Yeah, we all have jobs. If I wasn't doing my job, you wouldn't be here in the chat. So I appreciate you for being on the best podcast in the world. That's why you're here. Hey, Sybil. Sybil says, good morning, good morning, good morning, prayer. I appreciate, hey, all my prayer warriors out there, just keep praying for me. Just keep praying, keep me in your prayers. And I just want y'all to know, I do put safety first in every move I make. So I'm not going to do anything without making sure I'm safe and sound every step of the way. I got a son that y'all know I care about more than life itself. And he wants his dad to be here, and I do too. So I'm always going to make sure that I'm moving safe. But yeah, y'all. So today is history. Today is history, and I'm glad to be able to share this moment with y'all. I have the best listeners and followers that the community that I built. I appreciate it. I really do. Y'all make this job easy because y'all are so supportive. I can count on y'all, and ain't nothing like it, man. Like I said, y'all are so supportive that y'all make people jealous. People like Jersey Bowl and a lot of the trolls, they jealous because we have such a great community full of love, and they don't know how to be a part of a community full of love. So they try to come in and just say things for attention. But it's all good. It's all good. We got the best thing. A lot of these YouTubers and podcasters, they jealous of our community. But see, the difference is I built my community on love from the very beginning. When I had 1 follower, and then I got 100 followers, then I got 1,000 followers, then I got 100,000 followers, and now I'm almost at 500,000, on my way to 1 million followers across all platforms. But everything was built in love, so that's why our community is the way it is. when I did my very first podcast episode back on October 30th. I ended it with, I love y'all, but I'm out. And I just started to end every episode with that because that is what our community is rooted in, love. And so the trolls don't even survive long because it's just a bunch of people. We love each other. We're not here for drama. We don't care about, trolls. I look at the trolls. I got compassion for them. That's why a lot of my trolls, y'all, have been around since day one because I'm one of the few people that I don't ridicule them. I just talk to them like I would talk to my child, or I would talk to my cousin or anybody. You're not gonna get me up. You're not gonna get me bothered because I'm so blessed to be here. I don't have any anger in me. So trolls, they stick around. Whether they agree or disagree, they stick around. My trolls love me almost as much as my fans do. Because you're not going to get me talking nasty and this and that to the trolls. It's not about that. You're here. So I already won. So it's nothing for me to prove. Because if I wasn't doing my thing and if it wasn't something that attracted you as a troll, you wouldn't be here. So you can say whatever you want to say. You're here. Actions speak louder than words. And I understand that. So why would I be upset? You can say the worst thing you ever thought of, but you're here when you could be anywhere else. And so that's how I look at trolls. And most trolls appreciate that I let them speak. So they hang around. Exactly. That's what it is. See, Tuck, they never received love because they surrounded themselves with hating ass people. Good way to put it, see, Tuck. And a matter of fact, y'all, I am really down today because my Cavs got their ass handed to them on a platter last night. I'm always rambling, Lisa. I'm always rambling, Lisa. I built this platform off rambling, and the people who love me, I always say all the time, hey, I rant. So I will do that all the time, Lisa. So just know that now I'm not rambling now. I'm always rambling. Get it right. If you're going to say it, get it right. I'm always rambling. And the ones who want millions of people every day tune in to me for me to ramble. So anybody that has a problem with it can always tune out. It don't bother me at all. Thank you, Linda said, I love your podcast. Yeah, they love my rambling. And that's what makes my podcast different because I am secure in who I am. I'm not going to speed up for anybody. I'm not going to change how I do it. I like the fact that the people who really know me, they admire me because they say, people are tuning in to you to be exactly who you are. Because people who know me know this is exactly who I am 24/7. I'm not trying to be something I'm not. I don't get into what anybody wants me to be. I give it how I want to give it. And those who appreciate it, I'm fine with it. And those who don't, you can kick rocks and flip-flops. Very simple. Like Patricia said, we like it. And then Lisa saying you're good at what you do. Thank you. I appreciate it. And it's just me being me. I think the secret is just be you. Because what happens is you're going to rub some people the wrong way. And some people are going to say, why don't you talk faster? Why don't you do this? Why don't you get straight to the point? Don't worry about them. Let them go find who they're looking for. But if you just continue to be you, you will find a community who appreciates you for being you, and you don't have to be nothing. So when I turn on this microphone, I could talk for 10 hours because y'all enjoy me being me. I don't have to be something I'm not. And that makes it comfortable for me, which is why I appreciate every last one of y'all. So can y'all give me some likes? Let's get them likes up. Yeah, I appreciate you, Jeannie. You know, I appreciate every last one of y'all. I appreciate Jerry. Y'all know I try to respond to all of y'all's messages. This is my community. This is what y'all allow me to do what I love for a living. So I try to respond and talk to everyone I can. I can't get to everybody, but those who know if you DM me, there's a big chance that I'm going to talk back. If I see the DM, I am going to respond. because y'all mean that much to me. Without y'all, I can't do this. So, okay, Apple and Spotify is loaded. Give me 1 second to to get Apple and Spotify together. Let me get Apple and Spotify together. Apple and Spotify is officially blasted out to the universe. Yep, see, Angie tell you, she'll tell you, Flo really does respond to his DMs and messages. And I respond because, like I told y'all, I learn from y'all. I appreciate y'all. And so this is my job. So the more I can talk to y'all, the more I learn about what y'all like, what y'all don't like, what maybe I might need to expand on, or just y'all experiences, or just I learn more about the community that watches me. That's what makes me different. And I will explain things. I don't care if somebody thinks it's rambling. To me, it's just called giving context and explaining. And so some people, they don't have time for that. Some people want everything immediately and don't want to hear all that. Those people can keep it moving. I don't do it for those people. I do it for the ones that like people who take their time and do it right. That's who I make my content for. So I'm not going to ever rush. I'm not going to ever get to the point. None of that. You can just leave. That's how I started, and that's how I will finish. Much love to everybody. Like Monique said, that's why we love you, because it's the realness. Yes. And so the thing is, when people try to control somebody, that means you don't appreciate realness. Because why would you try to control how I do something if I'm doing it the way I am? You're trying to control me to be something I'm not. Then you don't appreciate realness. When you see a rose blooming through the concrete, you want to be mad because it got dust on it and this and that, and you want to wipe it off and you want to do all this, but I'm fine the way I am. I'm fine with a little dust on me, imperfections, couple here and there. I'm fine with it. And one thing I will never do, my family always taught me, don't make yourself uncomfortable just to make somebody else comfortable. I'm going to repeat that because I want y'all to learn that too. Never feel like you have to make yourself uncomfortable to make somebody else comfortable. That's something I will never do. And I don't have any problems telling people to their face in the comments, very respectfully, because y'all hear me in the comments. Y'all know I'm the clapback king, but I always keep it respectful. Because I don't need to get nasty and cuss and swear. I can just respectfully hit you with facts and cook your ass. And my responses come immediately. It ain't like I sit there and be thinking. When I see a comment, my response is at a snap of a finger. Because if it wasn't that fast, I wouldn't even comment, because I ain't got time to be spending no 20 minutes thinking about how I'm going to respond to a comment. My comment is snap of the finger because it's just me. It's just real. So I just want y'all to learn stuff that I learned, because I thought I was not caring about what people thought. But in the last few years, I realized there's levels to that. Now I realize the real level of, man, don't let nobody tell you how to do what you do. Because if they knew how to do it, they'd be doing it. Love from Sweden. I got people everywhere. Oh, yeah, meet and greet. Hey, meet and greet should be in June or July, Chris. June or July, I'll be in New York for the meet and greet. Love from Sweden, been following you for a long time. Thank you, Alexandra. I love all my overseas people. The love is real. Shuri says, amen, Unique. Chris said, I need to write my own book. I have a hell of a story. My story is crazy. From being a collegiate golf, from being a dancing star as a kid to going on to being a basketball, to stopping basketball and actually being on a college golf scholarship, full ride. After only picking up the game a year, like after a year or two, I had a full ride golf scholarship. Then I left to do music. My story is crazy. Like, I think I'm Forrest Gump part 2. I definitely think it might be called Forrest Gump, because I have done so many different things that people wouldn't think. Like, most people wouldn't think that I was a college golfer on a full scholarship at a black college, at an HBCU, Wilberforce University. Most people wouldn't think that. You wouldn't look at me and think golfer. So, yeah, man, I'm sad about that game, y'all. There you go. Chris G said, never make yourself uncomfortable to make someone else comfortable. I just want y'all to really understand that and take heed to that. But hey, y'all, I got a lot to do today. Let me get my shout outs before I get out of here. Y'all know one thing I like to do is I like to take the time and shout out everybody. Sometimes I miss people because a lot of y'all, so don't kill me for it. But I like to shout out everybody who rocked with me today. Surrey Weathers, such a sweetheart. Lovely one. Sybil, shout out to you. Talk to me, talk back. Chris G, Joy B, Patricia, Tracy, Michelle, Rakia, Callie, Marianne, C Tug, my fellow Clevelander, Lisa, Linda. If I say your name twice, that means I forgot that I said it. Jerry, Jenny Harris, Sylvia, my girl Angie, Marianne again, Libby Bear, that's my Libby Bear. Let's see, Michelle, hey Michelle, hey Marcy, Monique, love Monique. Monique is a big supporter, always support everything I do, whether it's subscribing, whether it's buying merch. Monique got my back. Alexandra, Nadrima, of course. I think I got everybody. Yeah, Forrest Gump. Yep. Hell, it might be Forrest Gump. What's up, H? This my boy right here. Hey, y'all, everybody say what's up to Anthony Brown. I just put him in the chat. He is one of the people that can co-sign all my craziness that I've been through, because we have been friends for over 20 years, probably 20 years. What, 20 years? Yeah, like over 20 plus years. But everybody say what's up to Anthony Brown, one of my day one. When I say day one, I'm talking about back when I didn't even have a mustache. You see me now, got the gray hairs popping out here and there, full beard. Anthony knew me when I didn't even have a mustache yet. So definitely, man, Anthony a good guy, but he knows from me dominating on the basketball court to me leaving the basketball court and getting a golf scholarship to everything I've done in music. Anthony knows my whole story, because Anthony held me down back in Cleveland State University. Open gyms was lit. As a matter of fact, Anthony had a time where it was like a week straight where he couldn't miss for some reason. We didn't know what the hell was going on, but it was like for 1 week he could not miss. Now he went on to miss a lot after that and before that, but that 1 week, I'll never forget it. Anthony couldn't miss. I don't care where he shot from. He was Curry before Curry for that 1 week. So everybody say what's up to Anthony. Of course, I'm going to shout out your girl. Of course, I'm going to shout all y'all out. And so that's why I tell y'all, my journey is so real. You're gonna always see people from 20 and 30 and 40 years ago, because they still around, because I try my best to preserve relationships. And I've pretty much been the same person my whole life. This is who I am. I've been this since kindergarten. I'll never change. And that's just what it is. So thank you for Anthony. Look, Anthony said, great times, fam. Yeah, man. I just love that all my day ones are still around and they pop in on me and they support me and they can co-sign that I ain't told one lie. my day ones will pop in. They'll tell you the stories better than me because I forget a lot of the stories. But they could tell you stories better than me. I've definitely had a special journey leading up to y'all knowing me on this podcast. Like when I write the book and do the movie, people gonna think I'm lying because it's just so much crazy shit you would not imagine. So much love, much love, much love, much love to Anthony Brown. Big shout out to you being in Flo's life. Chris says, yeah, man, that's definitely day one. Like a day, I would say not even day one, day negative 100. He's been there since way back. Shoot, Anthony was around when I had my first real girlfriend. So that's how far back we go. My first real girlfriend I ever had, Anthony was right there. We call him Tony. I don't know why I keep calling him Anthony because that's what it's saying the thing, but we call him Tony Brown. He was around and helped me through my first relationship, and it was a wild one. But we'll say that for another story. So everybody, thank you. So y'all, I don't want to take up too much of y'all time. I really could stay on here all day for real, but I got some content to make. And I got to see what the hell going on with this opening statements and all that shit. Forever Young. Thank you, Ebony. And well, okay, when I say real, no, sorry. Let me clarify that so you know. Leah was my first girlfriend, but I was only in the 5th or 6th grade. I was only in the 5th grade. So, that was my girl. That was my first, technically my first girlfriend. But, once I really could drive somebody somewhere and really do other things. My first real girlfriend, because I didn't even really have a real girlfriend in high school. My first real girlfriend came when I was like 19 in college. Like I just was cool with everybody and flirting in high school. I ain't really had nothing serious. But my first real girlfriend was Jackie Miley. And I was 19 and I was going to Cleveland State University and we met there, and me, Tony Brown, and Jackie were all really cool. So that's why I say technically Leah was my first official girlfriend, but that was 5th grade. And so I'm not really counting elementary and high school because it wasn't, you know what I mean? But my first official girlfriend, we went places, I drove her places, we went out of town, all that type of stuff was Jackie Miley, and Tony was right there. So yeah, so Tony been there. So y'all, let's get the outs. Hey Kim, we about to get out of here, but hopefully you can watch the rerun of the show streaming live. Let's get the outs in the chat, y'all. Everybody, let's get the outs in the chat so we can, that's our routine. Yeah, hey, look, T-Tuck said it's puppy love. We say it's full grown. Yeah, man. Good times, good times. Good times. No. I know, sir. I got you, sir. I got the joke. Leah was actually taller than me, too. I told you I was short my whole life. And then I grew to 6'2", 6'3" in like 11th grade. I was 5'2" in the 9th grade. In the 10th grade, I was 5'2". And then 11th grade, I don't know, I grew a whole foot over summer. And everybody's looking at me crazy. But back when Leah was my girlfriend in the 5th grade, she was actually taller than me too. And so that was funny. C. Tuck says, I'm out. Sylvia says, I'm out. Suri says, I'm out. And Flo says, I'm out. Love y'all, but I'm out. See y'all tomorrow, same time, 7:30 a.m. sharp. I'm trying to figure out what I can do for my West Coast people. I might do another show later on. Like I might try to incorporate another show because I do understand that's early as hell for my West Coast people. So let me figure something out. But until then, I love y'all. Oh, even Libby Bear says I'm out. Okay, Libby Bear. I love y'all, but I'm out.